Hey traders, John Howell here today. I want to give you a bit of a market update for you, but also I want to share something with you that happened with our clients today, with my clients today, that I think is going to really help you when it comes to your personal trading, and especially right now where we are behind the elections. So it's crazy right now, and this is what I'm doing. So let's go straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so I'll get a bit of into a TA first, and then I'm going to wrap it around about what I actually shared with my clients today with them. And I know it's definitely going to help you in your own personal trading, especially if you're trying to gear towards this here. So on a technical level basis, let's go through the actual markets on a short-term TA basis. So for the Dow Jones, we can see that we've actually we're still in a very strong upward trend here. And we definitely don't want to be trying to short the markets right now. We definitely don't want to be trying to short the market right now. I believe when we're coming into the election that's coming up soon, I believe that we are getting ready for another really good move to the upside. And I believe it's about to get crazy. The market's about to go crazy. I truly believe that after the election, I think we're going to see a really big move to the upside. And this is where it's really important that we stay patient, especially through this time where the market's probably not going to be doing much, right? We might get a bit of volatility, or maybe even a lot of volatility, but we're probably not going to get much when it comes down to that through there, right? Does that make sense? So we have this continuation to the upside here. And we also have this strong moving average to the upside. I used a 52 moving average. So as you can see, we're just holding here. One of the big things that I'm noticing here with the Dow Jones, notice how if we have a look at the actual markets itself, right? We can see we actually had a strong move up and a strong move down. And we had strong move down through here. But look what's actually happening. We came up and we're just going sideways, right? We're just going sideways through here. So what could be happening is we could just be holding here before we get going for another move to the upside. Moving on now through to the Nasdaq, and we can see that on the Nasdaq situation, we've been still in a very strong upward trend, but the Nasdaq has been just really going sideways ever since July. And the reason why that is because the Nasdaq actually had the biggest move out of all the indices, right? So that's what's going on right now with the Nasdaq. I don't expect too much of a move out of the Nasdaq. We may get another push to the upside, but I believe the growth out of these is probably the Dow Jones is more the Dow Jones than all the other indices from there. Moving on now through to the S&P 500. And so S&P 500, same as the Dow Jones, right? We're in a very strong upward trend. We're making low, higher low, and higher low. And we're just developing this sideways range here, right? Just that sideways range. And I believe this sideways range is a bit of volatility before the election comes. And then after the election, get ready for an incredible move to the upside. From now to then, guys, probably going to get a lot more volatility around there. Now, my baby in a sense, which is the Russell, right? King Russell in the markets. I truly believe that out of all these markets through here, right? Out of all these markets and what's going on right now, I truly believe that the Russell is the one to truly see this thing start to make some really big headway in the markets, for it to really start to, I believe that, or should I say, once the Russell here, the IWM, really holds here, right? In a strong upward trend, once the Russell holds here, if the Russell starts to break above this 226 level, 226 level, then I believe the longer term picture, which is this chart here, I believe we're getting ready for a really big move to the upside. So that's what we're probably going to start to be seeing from there when it comes to the good old Russell from there. So let's go look at the gold and silver market here. Okay, so gold and silver. Silver's actually had a bit of a drop, and I was actually expecting this. Okay, I was actually expecting this drop to the downside. I was actually saying with my clients that gold and silver, actually yesterday I was saying, before today actually happened, I was saying that we're probably going to get a bit of a short-term drop out of these markets. So what we want to do is we just, out of this short-term drop out of the markets, it's going to be a short-term drop only, okay? I really do believe that this is just a bit of a mock charge before we see this thing start to have a really big move to the upside. And the same for gold as well too, right? I started looking at all my moving averages and what's happening here with my short term and my long term. I won't go into too much detail here because it's a bit more of advanced techniques. But just rest assured that seeing this rollover here was actually expected out of the markets. And we're probably going to see a bit more downside that come out of these markets as well too, right? So we can see from low, higher low, and also another higher low through here. So I truly believe we're likely to be getting ready for that. I truly believe that looking at this overall movement here on gold, if we see this point through here on gold, right? So gold has actually already had a very big move up. And what tends to happen after a very big move up on gold, right? Had a big move up, we get moved down. A very big move up, and we're probably going to get another really good move down here. Again, not a crash, but just a significant drop on the downside. Before we actually start to see another move to the upside here. So, as you can see, we did get. What did we get through there? 6% drop from there. So if we get another 6 or so % drop, we're probably going down through here. Well, we're probably looking at something like that, right? Because we had this up move and up through here. So again, I don't expect too much of a drop out of gold, but we're probably likely to get a bit of weakness out of that before we actually start to see this thing continue on the downside. So there's a lot of indecision right now in the market, a lot of volatility, and that's why I want to get into a bit of a talk around what I was saying with my clients today. And this is so important for you guys. Okay. I was with my coaching clients today, and I was with them and I was talking with them, and because I'm with them every single day. If you'd like to join that actual coaching group for 12 months, I've actually opened up a 12-month coaching program where you're with me every single day. I'm helping you and guiding you through the markets and coaching you and supporting you and giving you full detailed coaching from there. So if you would like more hand holding every day, instead of just general information around YouTube, you go deep into a conversation, deep into a strategy, deep into a concept, and then become a master at that. If that's for you, then go to getjohnshelp.com, fill out the application form, and I'll personally call you to see if you're a good fit from there. So, but looking at what I was actually talking about with my clients today, and we're going through the markets, one of the really big important things we're seeing here when it comes to the actual stock market itself and actually the markets is I was seeing that there was two things, right? Two things that actually we talked about today. The first one was I was talking about my equity curve and my trading right? So I was actually showing my equity curve for this year here, right? For this year, for the entire year. And my equity curve right now is at an all-time new high, right? I've had an incredible growth this year. I've had a really good, successful year this year. I won't go into details too much, like how much and so on and so forth, because I'm not trying to share with you. I'm not trying to say that you're likely to make this % return or this much money, but I've had an incredible year, right? A really big, incredible year. And I was actually showing my equity curve with my coaching clients. And I was saying to them that I actually have a number in my mind where I'd like to be at that end of the year. And I said that the danger of actually having that in mind, where I would like to achieve X in the markets this year, the danger of actually having that in your own personal trading was, for me, what ended up happening was as soon as I started focusing on, here's my trading account, I'm at an all-time new high for the account for the entire year. I'm having an incredible, really successful year. I want to get to here. I want to get to a certain point in my trading account by the end of the year. So what happens with that there? So then what happens is that then you start to go to the markets, right? You start to go to the markets looking for anything that you think is going to make you money, because guess what? Now you got money in your mind, your trading account. You want to see your trading account at a certain level, right? Again, I've had a successful trading year this year. I'm at an all-time new high. I'll show my equity curve with my private clients today, and I was saying to them that if we go to one of the hardest things about trading, right? When we go to the market with that in mind, like I want to make this much money this week or this much money this week, or we have a goal in mind. I believe having targets is good, right? Short-term targets, no. More like a yearly target, I think, is more important. I've always traded really well when not trying to achieve any target on a short-term level. I might say, okay, I want to achieve this much money this year from trading the markets. But when it comes down to what actually happened was that I said to him that if I start to look at the markets, when I actually trade really well. Now, trading really well is not based off, I'm looking to make money today. It's a dynamic, right? When you start to switch this dynamic in your own personal trading to like, yes, I'm doing this to make money, but I'm getting into this position here because it's a really high quality trading setup that I follow every single day. And this is what I'm doing, right? And what's going to happen is that, or if you don't do that, and you start to get into, well, I think this is going to make me some money, so I'm going to get into this trade. I think it's going to do this, so I'm going to get into this trade. And what ends up happening is you go down this path, right? You go down this path of just looking for trades because you think it's going to make money, and that's not being a really good trader, right? I have the best consistent returns that I've made in the markets have come from me just sticking to the plan, which is the patterns that work really, really well in the markets. So the best thing I do say for you guys is talking about that is what I was doing today, right? As soon as I started looking at my trading account and seeing that I'm at an all-time new high for the year and seeing where I'd like to be at the end of this year, I instantly started thinking about money, right? Like, I want to make money, I want to get my trading account, right? So what I had to do is I had to stop myself from thinking about my actual account and go to the markets. And then my whole focus wasn't on making money. My whole focus was on, I'm looking for my number one trading pattern. I'm looking for the number one trading pattern because when I find that good trading pattern, I'm likely to make money. But if I just get into anything because I'm trying to make money, well, you're probably there yourself, right? So that's probably one of the really big important things that I was saying to them. And the second thing on top of that is that today there was a lot of maybe trades. There was a lot of like, well, maybe 50% of the rules met and 50% didn't, and it wasn't quite there. Today was one of those days where there was maybe 2 or 3 like looked like good trades, but when we actually went down through the checklist, we realized that there's actually a lot of doubt there. And this is when that discipline comes involved with, right? Like, it's like we want to get into another trade. And when we don't actually apply that discipline of saying, no, I'm not going to take this trade, it's not good enough, right? Because you know yourself, right? Whenever we get into these maybe trades and we know there's this little voice inside of us saying, don't get involved with this, don't. And we do, guess what happens, right? We'll lose money. And so what happens is that I was talking with my clients today, and I was talking to them about like how when we're trading the markets, a lot of the time it's a no for me. Every time I'm going through my scans, most of the time it's a no. And then every now and then I get that 100% yes, and I end up making money. And so when I do that, that's how this year has been a really successful year for me. And that's how I trade really well in the markets, is because it's not because I'm lucky or because I'm smart or because I definitely know what's going to happen. Like, no one definitely knows what's going to happen in the markets, right? The only way you can actually do really well in the markets is saying, okay, when this pattern appears in the markets, I have a high probability of making money. You see what I said there, right? If you're looking for the solution or the answers in the markets, right, where it's just like, you're looking to make money, looking to make money, looking to make money, looking to make money, right? If you're in that process, right, and you're in the process of doing that, where you're trying, I'm looking to make money, looking to make money, looking to make money, right? That's the wrong thing to do. And the thing is, like, no one definitely knows what's going to happen with the markets. So if we're just trading based off I think gold is going to drop a little bit, then we're going to see a rally back up to 3,000. That's what I think is going to happen, right? But if I trade based off what I think is going to happen, I'm going to be very, very, very wishy-washy with my actual results overall. But I have my one trading pattern, my one trading plan that I follow. And whenever I do follow that, right? And it really comes back down to this simple analysis here. Firstly, is that knowing what a really high quality setup looks like and then going looking at the market for that, right? Scanning the market for that pattern. You're not scanning the market to make money. You're scanning the market for that one pattern that meets the rules exactly, right? And then secondly, the job of that is just understand that, you know, you might not get a trade for a week, you know, or for a couple of weeks. And that's okay as well too, right? But your job is that if you can be patient and say no to a lot of maybe and say yes to when that pattern appears, then I truly believe that it's really going to help you take your trading to a whole new level when you start to approach your own trading in that way. So anyway, traders, I hope this really helped you out here with today's coaching video. If you'd like some free help, you can grab access to that free trading course, link in the description there. Or once again, guys, if you do need some more hand holding, you can apply for my coaching program. First link in the description there, go fill out the application form, and I'll personally call you to see if you're a good fit.